Well, boys and girls, we didn't get the Barcelona job. However, we have been offered a job by another European giant. There's only one slight issue, though. They want us to take a £22,000 a week pay cut to go and manage them. Decisions need to be made today. And so here we are, everyone, in the middle of July. So, as I said, a European giant has come in and has offered us a job. And that European giant is, ignore the Blue Neri, Milano, it's Inter Milan. So, as I said before, they're willing to... So even though it says 53, I'm able to get them up to 58. Which, this is the highest I was able to get them to negotiate them up to. So it is a £22,000 a week pay cut because at Aston Villa, I'm earning £80,000 a week. Now, before I get into what I'm going to do with this contract offer, I'll explain what happened. So essentially, I saw that the Barcelona job was available. And so I actually applied for it because ever since I've lost Lejeune, I felt a bit, I guess, stagnant at Aston Villa. And I did feel like I kind of wanted to move up to a European giant. Otherwise, I felt like I was just going to be stuck. So I applied for them, did the interview, didn't get the job. They gave it to Mikel Arteta, who apparently was managing Inter Milan. Now, the interesting thing about Inter Milan is I didn't even apply for Inter Milan because I was kind of like Inter Milan was okay, but I kind of felt like I don't know what the money situation was with Inter Milan. And so like, it appealed to me slightly, but not enough for me to actually apply for a job there. But the interesting thing is Dad actually came to me asking me to do the interview. So I did the interview, and then they liked me, and now they offered me the job. Now, hang on. Okay. I thought I accidentally screwed up something then, but I didn't. I just wanted to check. I just want to check to see. So Syria is third, which I think is. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if Syria in real life is ahead of Bundesliga. I think it is. So I think that does sound about right. So they are still a pretty competitive league. Okay. So here is what I'm thinking and the decision that I've come with. This is why the video might actually come out later than usual. I have been kind of sitting on it and thinking about it. Yes, £22,000 is a lot. And I'm trying to think of how I would do this in real life. £22,000 is a lot. However, £58,000 a week is still nothing to scoff at. Now, I've actually decided to take the job, and here's why. 2 reasons. One, I feel like I can improve my career by going to Inter Milan. I feel like if I stayed at Aston Villa, I might be stuck for a few seasons. And I feel like Inter Milan, if I do go to them, might actually be the first club that I go to where I feel like I can achieve my objectives by winning the league, winning the domestic cup, even winning the Champions League, as long as I don't have to play Man City. I feel like it's manageable. But the second reason that I'm actually accepting this job is to get as far away from Man City as possible. Because I've come to the realization that Man City is just in an era of dominance right now. They're barely losing matches. To even compete with them, you need to at least be perfect, which is virtually impossible. And so I feel like I will never get anywhere if I don't get away from Man City. Also, it helps me in like establishing my adaptability by going to a different country, like learning the culture there and doing all that stuff. And I'm actually excited about it. Yes, £22,000 a week. I would have preferred at least more, considering this is a European giant. But in this instance, I am I'm choosing my career and like my career improvement over money. Like, the money that they are offering me is not enough for me to scoff at, since when you look at what I've done so far, yes, I won a Carabao Cup with Leighton Orient, but in the grand scheme of things, I haven't really achieved much in the big game yet. And so, see, if this was like an offer below 50, then I'd be like, wait a minute, you need to be giving me more than that. Because I do feel like there's an offer that is low enough for me to reject. But I feel like it is an acceptable range for me to take a pay cut if it is going to kind of improve my standing in the game and then me essentially becoming the best manager in the world. So for those reasons, I am going to accept this job offer, and mainly to get away from Man City because they are relentless. So I'm going to finalize this deal. And boys and girls, we have finally become an Inter Milan manager. And here we are with the introduction. In a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Mark Hinton has left Aston Villa to join Blue Neri, aka Inter Milan. Because they don't have the licenses for a few of the Italian clubs, so that's why the names might be weird, and I don't have the mod pack to revert it back. Hinton lifted the Sky Bet Championship with Leighton Orient in 2028 and will now be afforded the chance to enhance his reputation by bringing success to his new club. Hinton will face pressure to bring immediate success to the Comunale Milano, having stepped up from his previous standing to take sole charge, and will need to hit the ground running if he is to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. Matthias Dahm again! Why is this guy following me wherever I go? So for those who haven't been keeping track of my entire save, so when I was in my second year at Leighton Orient, I was offered the Aston Villa job, which I ended up not getting because they ended up giving the job to Matthias Dahm. And then what happened is, within the span of a year, Matthias Dahm gets sacked, and then Aston Villa come in again for me. This time, they decide to give me the job. And now, it seems like he was trying to get the Inter Milan job, but we snuck it from him this time. So, it seems like we're growing a bit of a managerial rivalry with this Matthias Dahm character. So, that's pretty interesting. So he was considered to be the favourite for the job, but following his public denial of any interest, the club were forced to move in another direction. Oh, okay, so the reason why we got the job is he didn't want it. Now Aston Villa will be looking for a new head coach. It would be funny if Matthias Dahm ends up going back to Aston Villa. That would be pretty funny. So I actually looked at Inter Milan like before I decided to take this job, and it did seem like Inter Milan is still a good side. They did come second in the Serie A, so they're still up there. They're employing a 4-2-3-1. They got Lautaro. Wow, he must be old. He's 33. Okay, Van Bommel, Jordan. I'm just going through these players. They're getting a lot of old guys. Wow, Frank Cassie. Yeah, he needs to go. Oh my God, we got so many old men. No wonder they've been struggling for a while. Seems to be some sort of retirement home. Although this guy is pretty young. What about the keeper? Is the keeper good? He has good stats, but he is 32. Okay. So we have a lot of old men we need to get rid of. Okay, wait. This guy's been brought in on loan. Whoa, hold up. I don't do loans. And this guy was... He looked like to be sold out, but it was rejected. How many non-EU players we have? Because I remember I had this issue before when I managed an Italian club where I didn't realize the EU cap. And so I signed all these like South American players and I couldn't play any of them. So I need to be very... Yeah. So only the first 2 non-EU. British players can benefit from a special exemption. The first British player to join will not be counted. Yeah, so we need to be careful if we sign players from England as well. Yeah. Now, the issue I have here is they want me to play defensive, which, if you know me by now, is totally the opposite of the way I play. Yeah, it seems like they want me to employ a 4-2-3-1. I'm good with that. Just continue doing this. Gonna distribute quickly, roll out. Get that high line. So, employing a high line gegenpress style should be more effective in Serie A, since Serie A seems to play like a slower type of game. Just gotta delegate and then take control of certain areas. Yeah, so I just like to do this in the beginning. Alright, so training. So I do double intensity and then normal and then half. I like to work my plays ragged. Okay, and then for set pieces. Okay, so my set pieces is hybrid, near post. I like the counter attack, near post, stay high, and in swinger. And then I like to also add a far post in swinger and a short corner in swinger. And then I also like to add a throw in, long throw. Okay, now let's look at my actual squad. Wow. Wow. We have a lot of really good players. The problem is they're all getting really old. So Martinez is oh yes, pressing forward, my favorite type. The problem is he's 33. When does the decline kick in? Yeah, so I almost forgot to set up individual instructions. So run wide with the ball, sit narrow. It just gives you guys an insight into like how I just set up my instructions. Okay, so what I like to do here is I like to have a ball-winning midfielder and deep line playmaker. The deep line playmaker, I like to tackle harder. And the ball-winning midfielder, I like to mark tighter. And then I have a winger on the right who I want to run wide with the ball. He's kind of like the assist maker of the team. Then it depends. Okay, so my attacking midfielder depends on what player I usually use there. So I'll keep it on attacking midfielder on attack for the moment. But I like him to move into channels, roam for position, and yeah, I guess that's it, because further forward he's already on. And then this one I like to become an inverted winger. And then obviously switch him to ball play midfielder, and then sweeper keeper defend. Alright, there we go. I've set up my team pretty nicely. Now let's get back to my team to see what players I need. So looking at it, it seems frontline wise we're pretty good. Bastoni is still there. Damn. Huh. We also have this Carrillo. He's probably... Actually, you know what? I'm going to make him a support. And then also have him get further forward. Yes, I like this. Okay. So from the looks of it, so I guess goalkeeper is maybe fine currently, but we might need to invest on that one soon. Yeah, looking like we might need defenders. Yeah. And I guess defensive midfielders as well. I think frontline wise, we're pretty good. Seems like the back line, we're going to need players in. So I'm going to see if I can sort that out. Let's hope I don't do what I've done the past couple of seasons where I go in with defenders in mind and come out with a bunch of attackers. And here we are, everyone, for the beginning of the season. Our first game is going to be against Atlanta. But before I do that, I've been buying some players, mostly selling a lot of players. In fact, I've pretty much been trying to sell all my old men over 30, which I've had mixed success in doing. But I'll just show you. So, before we get into the ins, I will get into the outs. So pretty much, the players that we sold was Federico DeMarco, who's 33. We ended up loaning out a few players who were like 19 who were just not good enough, like Fernandez and Vocaturo. We then sold Bastoni. Now, Bastoni I had mixed feelings about because I still felt like he was really good and still could have done a job for us, but they were offering me about 40 million to take him, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll never get a chance like that again. And Bastoni really wanted to go, so I decided to agree to it, which did kind of put me into a centre back crisis, which I'll show you in a minute. But I knew I had to sell him because he's 32. Then Jane Sancho I sold. I didn't even know he was in the team, to be honest. Sold him for about 10 million. Thuram wanted to leave for a new challenge, and I saw he's 34, so I also sold him to Al Hilal. And then the final two were pretty much more loans with option to buys and stuff. And so I did all that, which gave me a ton of money. In fact, it actually upped my wage budget to over $1 million, which is crazy. And so all these 3 transfers came late, but I was able to get all 3 of them in the door right before the season began. So I started with Christian Rossetti. Now this is when I thought, so I ended up getting him. This is when I thought I was going to sell. Okay, so hang on, let me explain. So an offer came in for Lautaro Martinez from Arsenal. And Lautaro Martinez is, I think, like 33, 34. So I agreed to it because trying to sell all my old men. And so at the time I thought, okay, the person who was originally going to put as the shadow striker, I can put as the main striker, and then I can bring in this guy as the shadow striker. But then Lautaro Martinez turned it down. So now this guy's kind of like going to be a bench option now. So, but still pretty good. I got him for about 27 million. This guy also got for about 27 million from from AC Milan, Jacobo Cosentino, who's a centre back. As I said, I had a bit of a centre back crisis because I only had one centre back in the entire team, and he got injured. And if you see my team list for the match against Atalanta, I have him playing. He passed his fitness test, but it said for him to only play 60 minutes. I can't have to play him for 90 since I don't really have a backup. So hopefully I can go ahead and get more centre backs in this transfer window. And then right before, literally today, we ended up bringing in Yannick Albach, which I'm kind of surprised by because I remember a few seasons ago, I tried to get this guy when I was at Leyton Orient, and he was way too expensive for me to get. Like Man City wanted like 70 or 80 million for this guy. I was able to get a cut price fee of about 30 million for him now. Probably got to a point where he was never going to get used. And so the thing I love about him is he can play in a multitude of positions. The position I have to use him in is right back for the moment because the only other player I could have playing right back is playing left back. So I kind of had no choice but to do that. So those are my signings. Now let's get into the team. So before I do get into the team list, I do just want to let you know. So the only match we're going to do today is the Atalanta game. Just so it kind of gives me and all of you an inkling of kind of what the team's like, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed around, and all of that. And after the Atalanta match, I won't come back until probably after the transfer window has shut, when I've brought in more players and hopefully fix the team up good. So, but anyway, let's get into the team. So this is the team for the match. We got Lunin, who's our goalkeeper. Paradiso, who can play right or left back. I have him at left back since he's the only one who can do it. I have Constantino, who's the new back I bought in. I have Boyomo, who can play right back, actually. But because I don't have another centre back, he has to go centre back. And then we got Albach at right back. The defensive midfielders are Stiller and Frattesi. And then for my front four, which I actually kind of like, is Van Bommel, Ronaldo, Nico Williams, and Martinez, who is 33, by the way. I feel like Martinez will probably be similar to what happened to Ollie Watkins when I was at Aston Villa, where he had a really good season, and then he kind of just fell off immediately the next season, and so I had to kind of bench him after that. I feel like the same thing will happen to Martinez. He'll probably have a good first season, then he'll fall off next season, and then I'll have to replace him. So, but anyway, let's get into the match. Yeah, so we're only going to do this match just so I and you, the audience, can get the sense of what the team's going to look like. Now, we are facing Atalanta, who is a pretty ridiculous team. Like, they have a lot of players who they refuse to sell for anything less than 100 million. So, They must have some superstars in their team. Even a team like I don't remember their name. What's that team whose home kit is purple? Starts with an F. Oh my god. What was the keeper doing then? That was pathetic. Why didn't he go for that ball? He just stood there like an imbecile. He's like, oh, you want the ball in the back of my net? Here, let me move out of the way. Pathetic. Oh, wait, I can kind of find him up here. Florentina. That's who I was thinking of. So even Florentina had like two players who they were like, yeah, we have two players that are worth over 100 million, which is ridiculous. And they've got a player sent off. Oh, come on, boys. I'm going to encourage the boys to get us a goal. This is our moment. They got a player sent off. We can do this, boys. I know I've only been with you for a short time, but let's go and get us a win. All right, here we go. It's gone to Paradiso. He's just running down the wing with relative ease. Who crosses it in? It's gone to Albach, who... It's bad touch. But we come up with it with Boyomo. He's still running around with that injury. But we got Williams Jr. Williams Jr. crosses it. And it goes to Van Bommel, who heads it over the bar. Come on, boys. You need to do better than that. I can already tell Atalanta are pretty much they're trying to shut up shop now. So we got to try to break them down. It's half time, nothing really doing. Ever since that red cut. Oh, no. Are they going to score again? Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, man, that was close. But we're on the counter-attack with Williams Jr. Terrible pass from him. All right, here we go. Williams Jr. He seems to be everywhere. Albach. Who is Williams Jr.? Oh, Nico Williams. That's who it is. I don't know why he's calling himself Williams Jr. Stiller! Come on, boys. You can do better than this. To be honest, since it is Atalanta, I wouldn't mind a draw, but I would want to win. Here we go. Corner. Van Bommel. It's gone over the bar. Alright, I'm going to be doing some subs. We seem to be struggling for goals. So Carrillo can come in. Bring on my new signing, Rossetti. Oh, come on, boys. Let's go and get that goal. Our attack's been woeful. Oh, we got 20 minutes here. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit nervous here. So he can't actually play there. Guess Frank Kessie for Tessie. You know, we're very light in the interchange department here. Come on, boys. Having 12 shots and only 2 on targets. All right, here we go. This is our moment. Come on, boys. Let's equalize. To Lautaro. Here we go. Cross it. Oh, what a pass! What a pass from Albach to Jordan. What a pass. It caught everybody out, even me. I immediately looked to the linesman to see if his flag was up, but it wasn't. It's perfect. No one saw it coming. Easy goal. Can we get another, though? It's not looking likely. Oh, maybe. Can we win it at the end? Can we snatch a winner from the jaws of defeat? Here we go. Outback has been... Oh. Oh, no. No, don't allow it. Oh, they missed. That was so close. So it was their highlight, but we were able to keep it. Oh, if they score from this corner, I'll be a very sad boy. Please. Don't Origi me. Oh, thank God we headed it out. Oh, man, that was close. I'll take a draw against Atalanta since they're a really good side. And it was at their home ground. And my team is nowhere near... Because this season is pretty much rebuilding from an aging squad. Alright. I actually don't mind that result as long as we can start getting some wins now. But anyway, as I said, we will be back after the transfer window, so pretty much sometime in September. It's going to depend on when the Champions League comes into play. I don't think the Italian Cup comes into play until January. But the Champions League comes into play pretty much September time. So what match will come back to is going to depend on what the Champions League fixture looking like. So, but that's going to be next time. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'm excited to be in my brand new club. Let's hope we can make some memories here at Inter Milan. But thanks again for watching, guys. Have more parts out soon. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Have more parts out soon. And see you guys.